All right, first card that was announced. I think. Yeah, this was the first Skellige card. All right. 5 for 13 provisions. Beast. Fushaya. Play a Skellige unit from your graveyard with provision 10 or less. Give a doomed spawn rain on the opposite row with a duration equal to the unused provisions. So, I mean, this card's pretty good, right? You can play 2 of a card that's 10 or less. I mean, there is some cards in this that I will show that combos with that. Some people are saying that for memes, that you play Arnoff, the leader ability, right? Which I'll show you guys. Some people are saying that you can do this with, because I think he's a 0, right? Yeah, he's a 0. So because he doesn't have any provisions to him because he's just a 0, right? So some people are like, okay, well, like, just purify him, put him in your graveyard, play 10 turns of rain. It's just a meme. It's not actually gonna be good. Let's be real, guys. That shit gonna suck. I mean, maybe it'll work some games, but your opponents, if they're smart, will just heat wave it. Your opponents are smart, they'll just... I guess heat waving, like, if they heat wave, it's not the biggest deal, I guess. But the thing is, though, like, you're gonna have to waste a turn playing your leader. You have to play it, like, ideally round 1 or 2, so it sets up in the graveyard. You then have to hope your opponent doesn't have graveyard punish, or doesn't have a way to deal with Arnoff. And then you also have to draw your Purify, and then you also have to waste a turn purifying the thing. Is it really that worth it? No, it's not. But if you look at the Skellige 10 provision cards and less, there's some pretty decent shit you can get. Melusine, obviously, but you can already do that. But you can have even more Melusines, not that you really need more than like 3 Melusines at any given time, because there's only 3 rounds. Another way to revive Draco Turtle, too, though, like, Mokfar, because it is play a unit from your graveyard. It's not just summon. So you can play a 2 Mokfar, because you can play like 2... Like, it's just really good across the board. Like, double Hjalmar, double Junode. There's just... Honestly, this card, I can see me playing it in pretty much like a control deck, even. Because it's just another way of controlling the board. You can play Hjalmar round 1 without worrying about it. You can play Junode round 1 without worrying about it. It's just another way to play your... higher provision removal cards and not feel as bad about not having them for down the road, It feels a little less shit to play Hjalmar round 1. Like, you're not going to play Hjalmar usually round 1 because you usually don't have a graveyard set up. But for, like, Junode and Mokvarg, like, Mokvarg is pretty damn good. Or if you just want to, like, revive Melusine, Draco Turtle, that's pretty good, too. So, even Defender. And every provision you don't do at 10, you get rain for it. Which will combo with the card later. But there's definitely a lot of really good cards. Like, a lot of really good cards to revive. Like, you're not really too set. And with the fact that you can get rain off of it as well. Just means that it's always going to find some really good ass value. I mean, even if you have to revive like a Bear Witcher, it's not the worst. Actually it is, because you have to play it at Adrenaline 4. So you can only have like 4 turns of rain. So you're going to lose like maybe 1 turn of rain, depending. Actually, probably not. You're probably going to still get max value. But the thing is, they actually have to have the units set up for the rain to actually get value. So you don't want to play it too early, or your opponent's just going to play around it, right? They're just going to play it in a different row. So, and just make sure to play this on the opposite row as well. You want to make sure you can choose what row to place it on, basically. Opposite row. So you want to make sure you know where you're putting this card. Overall, this card is pretty fucking good. 13 provisions. That's pretty expensive, though. Is that the most expensive Skellige card? Yeah, it is, actually. It's the most expensive Skellige unit in the game now. It's Heimdall and Fulmar, Harold, and all of them are 12. So, yeah. I think it's really good, though. I could definitely see myself putting this in a Skellige deck. I think like devotion control, but no, that's bad. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. You might honestly with my control deck, you might just get rid of Sunset Wanderer for it. Yeah, I mean maybe. You just get rid of Sunset Wanderer, you play that instead. Yeah, honestly, probably. Yeah. 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 Pretty good. Pretty good card. Yeah. On its own. Pretty good. Just remember that. On its own, it's already a really good card. All right. Now we're back to 1080p pictures. All right, we got the little Fru. Yes, I totally said that right. 6 for 4 bonded increases unit space power by 2, so then it'd be 8 for 4 if you have bonded. Damage yourself by 4 and spawn a rain for 2 turns on the enemy row. It's just a really good card. Again, it plays self damage. It gives you rain for 2 turns. It plays into like singing, the singing lady. Plays into the singer, which will also give you more value. Like, it's just a really good fucking card. Yeah. Plus the bonded. Not bad. The bonded's bonded's okay. It's kind of like honestly the bonded is it can be pretty good, right? Some people are saying you could run this with like teleportation. Not really though. You could. I guess this is like an I don't know actually. I don't even think it's that good of a teleportation target. Maybe. I don't think you run teleportation with this card. I think it's too good to do the Bear Masters and the Bear Witchers and the Bear Masters and the other bear dudes. I think those are too good. But this card is pretty good. Overall, I think it's pretty strong. It's definitely a lot better than the this the Syndicate bonded card they got. This is definitely way better. There's not really much to say about this card. It just plays into all the healing self wound. It has the beast tag. Beast tag plays in it with self wound. You can heal it. Plays rain. Bonded, so it gets more value if you have multiple, which most likely you won't. But you still probably play these cards. Would you play these cards in a rain deck? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. And even if you don't want to use its power, it's still a 6 for 4 at the end of the day. 6 for 4, sometimes it's pretty good. I mean, I guess if you play it with teleportation, like let's just assume you do play with teleportation for whatever reason you want to. You do lose 2 points, but it's not terrible. Could be a lot worse. It's basically like a totem abomination, dude. At that point, Lorenzo made this picture. Made this art. Yeah. I love the Skellige art. Oh my god, their Skellige art's amazing. All right, yeah, there's not really much else to say about this card. It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's not bad. Like, it's pretty fair. It's a pretty fair card. It has the points to be very strong though, for sure. You can definitely see it being played and being pretty good. Yeah. All right, we got Rogan, the Undying. Human, pirate, cultist, cursed. It's 4 keywords. Jesus Christ. Tags. He's an 8 for 8. This card starts in your graveyard. Sorry, I heard my cat. This card starts in your graveyard. When played or summoned from your graveyard, trigger all remaining rain and storm on the opponent's side of the battlefield. 8 for 8. So already stats wise, it's fine, right? It also starts in your graveyard. So that means you already have 24 cards in your deck instead of 25, minus 10 from draw. So you actually have 14 cards in your deck already at the start of the game. So this is just a guaranteed mulligan you don't have to worry about. You won't ever brick this card. Now we'll talk about graveyard hate at the end, because that is definitely on a lot of people's minds. But I think that this card's pretty damn good. I mean, if you summon it from your graveyard, how can we summon it? Of course, you can use the new card to summon it, but of course you can play the new card to summon it, but I don't think you want to do that. I think, how are you going to summon this card? With right, maybe? Maybe right is the right way to do it. Maybe. And then you play like Ride of the Sea. Yeah. Ride of the Sea, and then you can play it again. It's not bad. This way you can make sure, because all the rain cards right now, we got Fulmar, which in a full rain deck, you're going to play Fulmar, absolutely. Melusine is going to be a must as well, because you're just going to keep getting that constant rain. Using the Rage of the Sea leader ability is probably absolutely guaranteed as well, as you're spawning rain. And then you got the Melusine Cultist playing rain, and you got the new card playing rain. So everyone gets rain. And I don't know if you're going to play these. Actually, you're probably going to play one of these, just to guarantee Bride of the Sea doesn't brick. Yeah, you're probably going to play one of these. So you're going to play one of these, two of these, her, and him. And probably the 2 bonded units. So that's a decent amount of rain, honestly. And you're not going to ever play... You're never going to play... where is it? Is it... Oh, it's not even a Skellige card. Yeah, you're never going to play Skellige Storm. Because you actually only really get 1 turn of this, because it already goes past. Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, this card, it has the potential to be very good, right? It has the potential to be very strong. Like, in a short round, in a short round, you have a lot of rain. You just want to see all that rain do damage. In a short round, this card is like a lifesaver. Like, let's say round 3, hypothetical situation here. You have Fulmar, right, Sigfrida's right, and like whatever else, right? And then you can just play. It works, right? It's not bad. So I think it's pretty good. It might be really insanely good. I think it's just a really strong card overall. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good card. I don't think it's gonna be broken. I don't know. Asterisk on that. I don't think it's gonna be broken. Maybe. It shouldn't be, right? It's honestly hard to say. Like the rain archetype, I'm glad they're going kind of all in on this rain. Also, this spawns rain too, so you know, with this combo, yeah, absolutely, you can do something good. So does it play the card and then do the rain? So if you played this card, does it? It does. I'm guessing it does the rain and then it plays the card itself. That way you can actually do this combo. Yeah, 100% right. Yeah, overall, I think this card's pretty good. I mean, also, like I said, it does have the advantage of being a automatic card in your graveyard, so already it's 1 less mulligan to worry about. It's 1 less thin. It's guaranteed thin. It's not bad. Pretty good. And of course, Messenger of Sea. 4 for 6. Whenever rain or storm damages an enemy unit, boost self by damage dealt. So it's like a mini Axeman from back in the beta or Greatsword or whatever the hell you want to talk. whatever you want to compare it to. It's basically a Dogger, but limited, as it's only rain. But so this card is like very much compared to Ancient Foglet. And usually for Ancient Foglet, you want to use like 1 liter charge of your White Frost to make sure that the Ancient Foglet's like at least 6 HP, as most decks can't really deal with 6 HP as easily. So the thing is, though, with Messenger C, you can combo it with this card, and because it has order, so that's you're gonna lose points on this. You're gonna lose 4 points on this, right? But you're making up the points by the rain, and you're also making up the points with this card. So honestly, this card actually might not be that bad. At first, I was like kind of torn if this card's actually going to be that good. It's just like it's nice, but if you don't draw any rain, it might be awkward. Or if you have to use your leader charges, but you kind of want to save your leader charges for, Siegfried's right. So, because you want to play 2 of them with Bride of the Sea. But if there's easy ways to always guarantee rain, then maybe it's actually not that bad. Yeah, it's hard to say, right? I think there's going to be some actual brain power thrown into Skellige. You might have to actually use your brain a little bit to figure out what's the most optimal path. It's going to take some time to get used to, but I think it's going to be a really fun faction to play around with all the rain and shit. It seems pretty fun. Honestly, overall, I'm pretty excited for Skellige. Pretty good. Good job. Actual unique cards. This is a very unique card. But also I did want to bring up one thing, and that I thought of. Actually, there's a couple things I thought of. So when it comes to Scoia'tael, how Devotion, that one card starts at the start of your hand. This card always starts in your graveyard as well. Whereas this doesn't have like Devotion always start in your graveyard or something like that. Yeah. Well, I guess it can't, right? Because Storm. Neutral card. Are they gonna buff Storm? They must, right? Because Storm's kind of ass. But I don't know. I think CDPR, you gotta be careful when it comes to making cards always start in like the graveyard or always start in your hand, because it can get to a point like where it's just gonna become super boring. Everyone has to play cards that start in their first or hand. Every match is gonna be the same. It makes every game samey. So, because it's just consistent, right? It's the consistency making it. That's why when the Sunset Wanderer was first released, I hated the meta so much. I hated it more than any meta that we've had in a long time, because Sunset Wanderer made the game boring, because every game was inherently the same. Because it was always, I have to push Sunset Wanderer. If I don't, I lose the game, kind of deal. Because I get so many points out of it for free. Yeah, so that sucked. And also, apparently, I didn't know this. For Syndicate, we said that the Hale brothers, these. Oh, okay. Not this guy. These 2, and also includes a couple other dudes, like the Scoundrel and another dude. Yeah, apparently Scoundrel is one of them. The Hales, okay. I don't know. It's some lore. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know the goddamn lore. I don't. So that's one of the errors, I guess. I guess there's gonna be 4 cards you can choose out of that. 1 Syndicate card. Whatever. All right. So overall, Skellige looks pretty damn good. The art looks pretty damn good. Yeah, looks good, boys. All right. Let's see if Monsters has had all their cards announced. They have. Yes. All right. Yes. All right. Give me a sec. We'll go over Monsters next. Monsters. Hopefully they got something monster. I don't know where I was going with that. All right. So honestly, so far Skellige, Scoia'tael look pretty cool. Not really convinced by Syndicate. Nilfgaard, we'll have to see. Well, let's get into monsters. Good old monsters, right? Yaga. Yeah. Yaga. Let's get into it, boys. Yaga. Deploy, Sabbath, gain zeal, consume a 4 provision unit, then increase the provision value by 1, cooldown 2. Yeah, this card, it's a 1 for 13, so it's very expensive. Actually, what's the highest monster provision card? I think it's also 13 points. Yeah, it's She Who Knows. Also, this kind of buffs Elzer. Yeah, Pog. Elzer buffs Pog. It's another target for Romancy. Alright, so 1 for 13. So if you have Sabbath, which is have 25 points on one of your rows, get Sabbath, so he gains Zeal. She gains Zeal. Consume a 4 provision unit. Oh, I guess this card was announced first, right? Alright. It's fine. Alright, let's talk about this card first. And then we'll go on this card, because then this will make more sense. I guess it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, you can consume a 4 provision unit, and then increase provision. It's 2 down, cool down. So this card can consume a unit on either side of the field. It doesn't have to be your side. It can be the opponent's side. So it can get quite spicy if you have no way of answering this card. This card can get absolutely... It's kind of a... kind of binary, right? In that sense, that it's just, if you don't have an answer, you just kind of auto lose the game, probably. Because you're going to be start bleeding points pretty fast. When it's eating at 4 provision, then 5 provision, then 6 provision, then 7 provision, and... Though... I'm guessing you can consume, like, a unit, like, 7 and below, right? Or is it, like, exactly a 5 provision unit, exactly a 6 provision unit? Because that's quite a big difference. But the cooldown 2 does make it a little bit better, but does it? That means in a long round, 10 cards, you get 5 charges, but realistically you can't because Sabbath. So optimal play, round 3, 10 cards. You play Mamuna for 20 points. You can't even play this because it's literally 1. So you can't even play this to set up Sabbath. So then you have to play, like, something else to set up Sabbath, and then play this card. And then start the killing spree. So at that point, you're already used Mamuna, which is, you go down to 9 cards, you go down to 8 cards. You play this card on 7, and then you get 5, 3, and 1. So you get, like, still get, like, what, 4 consumes? That's still pretty damn good. Could still completely just dominate the game. I'm glad they added a cooldown to this, though. At least cooldown 2. Wasn't like cooldown 1 or some bullshit. Yeah, this card is gonna be fucking crazy, I think. If this card doesn't get answered. Like, it's even worse, because, like, if you leave this card to, like, last, and then you Axie it, or Mogfarg it, well, you shouldn't wait to Mogfarg, but let's say you have Axie, and you wait to Axie it, you still lost all of those provision cards. You still lost a lot of fucking points. So either way, you're gonna lose the game. So basically, this is a big. You gotta heat wave it. You gotta Mogfarg it, Yen it, Vilgefortz it. Just goddamn murder this card with absolute no cares in the world. I think that's the play. You gotta just murder this. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it's going to be broken. I don't think so. Maybe. It could be real. I think this is going to be like a day 1. Everyone's going to play this deck and fucking consuming all your shit. And if they don't have a way to remove this card, like I said, I think you just auto win the game, right? You play this in a deck where you have so much removal. You play like Koshki and stuff, and they have to remove that. And yeah, I don't know. This card is scary because it can get so much value. If you don't answer this, like the first time, it's not going to be that much, right? Consume a 4 provision unit. If it consumes like a 5 or... Wait, you can consume a 4 provision units. So this could be like anything. Oh my god, this guy's actually insane. Like, okay, so let's say your opponent boosted a... For example, Nilfgaard. They boosted one of their assassins, mage assassins, to like 12 points. Boom, you just eat the fucker, and now it's a 13 for 13. Pretty good, right? Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I think this card's actually really strong. Never mind. In my opinion, this card's pretty bonkers. All right, Incubus. 5 for 5, Relic. Handsome, naked, shirtless dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Summon a bronze unit from your opponent's graveyard to the opposite row, and then summon a bronze unit of equal or less provisions from your graveyard to this row. So this card, that might be okay. The thing is, against Syndicate, this ain't good. this ain't good. If they're playing control with Bear Witchers and the Elder, not the Elder Bear, but the other bear, Savage Bear, where the fuck bear it is, that's 8 points. But you can summon a Death Wish unit, which would be pretty good. You can summon a Witch Apprentice, which would be really good. So there is, you know, you could summon units. There's definitely some really good units you can summon. So I think this card is probably going to see play. I very much doubt that it's going to see 0 play at all. Yeah, I think it's just a solid 5 for 5. You can res some units. If your opponent doesn't have anything, well, they're always going to have something in their graveyard. But yeah, it could be decent, I guess. We'll have to see. In some matchups, though, this could be really bad. For example, Nilfgaard, they can just play a Duchess Informant to steal, like to make an Incubus, only for them to play Incubus and then put a Spy. I wonder if it's random or you choose what to summon for your opponent. It says summon a bronze unit of equal or less value, or this provisions from your graveyard. Summon a bronze unit from your opponent's graveyard. So I'm guessing it's just it's choose. Like you just choose which cards to do it. Very interesting. Yeah, well, like I said though, Nilfgaard, I think, you know, they're just gonna play like their spies on your board, and you're just kind of sad. But I think it's an okay card. It's an insane card. All right, let's get into this. Spoilers. Oh fuck, I closed one. Well, we'll go over the epic last, I guess, because I closed it last. All right, Lesser Witch Relic 5 for 4. Spawn a base copy of self in graveyard. Spawn a base copy of self on this row instead. So it's trying to go for like combo with this guy, I guess. A copy of yourself in graveyard. How good is that? And spawn a base copy on this row instead. So if you do a base copy, it becomes a 10 for 4. That's pretty good, I guess. That's pretty good, yeah. Spawn a copy in your graveyard. sets up the Relic Pocket, but the thing is, though, Relic Pocket is not as hard as it used to be. You know? It's not as hard as it used to be. It seems decent. Would you rather play this over, like, an Elderbear, though, to set up Mamuna? This is not really a great Mamuna. Yeah, it's kind of like a bad Mamuna if you want to play this card. And you're not going to want to play this card. Maybe, though. No, you can't. I don't know. I'll have to see this card in action. I'm not super convinced, but it seems okay. It seems fun enough, I guess. I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm trying to think of how it could be beneficial over current cards. And I mean, 10 points for 4 is pretty nice, but other than that, put one in your graveyard. Like, yeah, sure, you can just play this dude and summon it, I guess. I don't know. All right. An organic card for 10 provisions, which is Sabbath. Summon up to 3 highest power units from your opponent's graveyard to an enemy row. And then summon as many highest power monster units from your graveyard to the opposite room. What the fuck is this? Summon up to 3 of the highest. So this is summon highest powered units, and then summon as many highest power monster units from your graveyard. And I guess you could play She Who Knows again. Give it doomed. All right. Well, let's look at the monster cards. What would you want to revive? I mean, She Who Knows, I guess. Could res Bloody Mistress, I guess, instantly, right? You do like Bloody Mistress. Bloody Mistress, She Who Knows, another card to set up Sabbath instantly for both of them. Some weird shenanigans maybe will happen here. You do like Cave, but I don't know, dude. I guess I could see this card being really strong, but at the same time, I don't know. I can see this card either being really strong, or you're just gonna throw games playing it. You can play like 9-point Genkans, I guess. Probably play like a buffed up Rat Cattress. Yeah. I mean, it seems fun enough, right? But like I said, it just seems like it's either this card's gonna be really good. It's 10 provisions, though. That's pretty expensive. It is organic, so you can tutor it up with Weavus. Right? It's Weavus. Weavus, yep. No, it's Wispus. Oh god, dude. Which one's Weavus? Weavus. Oh, it's the Death Wish. When you play Death Wish, trigger Death Wish. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I could see this card either being pretty good. In some matchups, it could be pretty good because they don't play super tall units, right? Pretty highest power units. Like against like Nilfgaard, their highest units are like 5 points, 6 points. So it might be okay. And some matchups actually might be pretty good. I don't know. This card could be pretty fucking insane for sure. Can't wait to see the premium art though for this one. This one seems pretty cool. Got the OG crones like when they're humans. Where's this 4th one? Or are these just? No, I don't think these are the crones. They're just witches or some shit. Just the usual witches, you know. All right, so overall, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. My overall impressions. They're honestly, all the cards are pretty good. I don't really have much to say about some of these cards because I can't really see. It's hard to envision how they're being played properly until you actually see it and be like, ah, okay. That's... Other cards are like, okay, that card's probably going to be bad. That card's going to be probably good. It's, for me personally, like, the Nilfgaard cards could be good, but it's hard to say until we can actually play them. The monster cards could be, like, some of them could be really fucking good, but at the same time, it's like, maybe? Maybe? But spooky. And it's new. It's new. Unique cards, and I gotta give it to CDPR though, guys. A lot of these cards are very interesting and very unique, and not just, you know, that's what I gotta say. They're unique, interesting, cool archetypes and shit. I like it. I overall approve of the direction Gwent is going. But let's talk about graveyard hate, because that's on everyone's mind. A lot of these cards are very graveyard orientated, so some people are like, well, Xavier is gonna be broken and all that bullshit, and I think that is pure bull. I think when you have a lot of cards being primarily in the graveyard, and all your value is in the graveyard, there should be a way to punish playing greedy decks that focus around all-inning in the graveyard and shit like that. You should be able to punish it, and Xavier is a perfect card to do that. I think he's in a perfect spot. He is 6 for 6, and feels good to play. It doesn't feel... There's games where I lose because I just have, at the end of the day, just a 6 for 6. I've lost a couple of round 3s because I just have a 6 for 6. I don't think Xavier should be nerfed. And if Xavier gets nerfed before fucking Tunnel Drill, I'm gonna be pissed. Let's just say I'll be pissed. But overall, though, that's my opinions. And I hope you guys like my opinions, I guess. I don't know. Tomorrow will be in NR, though. Be Northern Realms. And then on Monday will be the rest of the NR cards and the patch notes. So we will talk about the NR cards on Monday. We won't be talking about any more new expansion shit till Monday. So, yeah. That will be exciting. Hope you guys on the YouTubes enjoyed that one. Enjoy, boys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for Monday for the next card reveals, and we can go into deep discussions. Yeah, Pog. Easy. Easy peasy. I'm like half asleep, so it wasn't the best review of cards, but some of the cards are very interesting, very unique. So I'm quite excited.